Hey, you guys want a recipe that's gonna completely rock your world and change things? It's a fucking game changer, man. Bodybuilder's Pad Thai, coming right up. Alright, so the first things you're going to need are a pack or two of tofu shirataki noodles. You can get these at any grocery store, health food stores or whatnot. These are the ones which are kind of a tofu shirataki blend, although there are some calories in them. For 30 calories per bag, roughly, actually half the bag is 15 calories. I like to fill up on noodles, so I like to put 2 full bags, so 60 calories coming from the noodles. You're also going to need some sort of pad thai mix. If you can find a low sodium or low sugar variety, that's going to be better. I just use this Taste of Thai pad thai sauce here. You're going to need some Brussels sprouts, an onion, some chicken or shrimp. I just measured 179 grams of shrimp here. You're going to need some stevia in the raw, Palm olive cooking oil spray, soy sauce, as well as some fish sauce here. Any brand will do. Alright guys, first thing you want to do is you want to open up the packages of shirataki noodles and enter them or throw them into a strainer like this in your sink. If you don't do this, they're going to have kind of a strange kind of fishy smell. It doesn't bother me at all, but it bothers a lot of people. So it's recommended to rinse it out because from the packaging plant they tend to put it in some sort of fluid which helps the noodles, which are actually made out of a konjac root, stay, I guess, keep their form and preserve them and whatnot like that. So just rinse them out like this. Make sure you rinse them really well. Cool water, actually. The next thing you want to do is you want to turn your stove on to medium to high heat. Alright, the next thing you want to do, guys, is actually just throw it right in the pan. No oil, okay? So you gotta cook these noodles and dry them out quite a bit, basically, in order to get most of the fishy flavor and strange consistency out. The thing about these noodles is they tend to have almost like a squeaky, rubbery type texture, but the benefits are incredible of these noodles. I mean, it's basically an insoluble fiber, and with these noodles, you guys can eat like a shit ton of them and have hardly any calories. So it's great for a macro-friendly bodybuilding meal. If you crave a giant pile of stir-fried noodles or some sort of noodle dish, Chinese noodle dish, these are a great substitute. You can even use these to make things like pho or pad thai, like I'm doing now, or you can just like a generic type of stir-fry with whatever you want to season it with. Alright guys, it's almost done. You know it's done when you start moving the noodles around and they make a squeaking kind of sound. It's kind of hard to describe, but as you move them around in the hot pan, they will squeak. Sounds funny, but believe it or not, these actually taste pretty damn good, and for 60 calories for this number of noodles, you can't go wrong, guys. Okay, so once that's done, just turn off the burner and then move it off into a container off to the side for now. We're going to go and prepare the sauce and all the other ingredients in there. Alright guys, so the first trick here is you're going to take this Thai noodle sauce stuff here, or whatever you find. I mean, if you look in the back, for half the box it's 110 calories, and you can see that there. Okay, so 110 calories is half the box. So that's about 50 milliliters. So I think I'm going to put about 30 milliliters in, which is slightly less than half the box. And we're doing this because we're trying to cut back on calories, but we want the flavor of the pad thai. So we want the tamarind flavor, the accents, and the spices, but we don't want all the calories. So we're just gonna pour 30 milliliters into a cup. I got 35 milliliters there. Okay, so I'm gonna track 35 calories for this, no big deal. Make sure you adjust these quantities in your MyFitnessPal as you're going. The next thing, we're just gonna use a little bit of soy sauce. I'm just gonna squirt some in there. I'm not sure how much, probably maybe an 1/8 of a cup or something like that. Not too much, you don't want to be too salty. The next ingredient, you want to take some fish sauce now. couple squirts of that in there now. Not too much. Like, what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the flavor and we're trying to expand upon it without the calories, if that makes any sense. And then to get that peanut flavor, you're gonna use PB2 peanut butter powder, okay? I like it really peanut buttery, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna tear the scale again, and I'm actually gonna use 12 grams of this peanut butter powder. So just up we go and measure it in there at 12 grams. Because I like it really peanut buttery. That's even a word, peanut butter-y, peanut buttery. Buttery. Buttery's a word, like something could be really buttery. This is gonna be as peanut buttery as possible. Okay, so there's exactly 12 grams peanut butter powder. Now, the thing is, this is still gonna be pretty thick, so I'm just gonna go over here and add a little water to it. Just get a little more fluid in there. Then you just stir it on up here. As good as we can. And also I forgot to add one more thing. This is where the stevia comes in. I use stevia in the raw, so it's a 0-calorie sweetener. And what it's going to do is it's going to help offset some of the saltiness and the peanut butterness that we added, and act as a filler for the sweetness for what we're missing from the tamarinds. I'm going to put just 2 teaspoons in there. Nothing crazy. You can use other sweeteners too if you want. I like stevia. It's generally speaking supposedly more healthy and better for you and more natural. So add a little more water to that. And one final ingredient, guys. If you're like me, I add a little bit of this garlic hot sauce in there. You can get this anywhere. I'm sure you've seen this before. It's funky chili garlic sauce. You can get it anywhere. Pretty damn popular. And since I'm going crazy, I'm gonna add a little bit of minced garlic. I buy the pre-chopped stuff because I'm lazy. And you can chop your own fresh garlic up in here if you want. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of that, not too much. That. To be honest, guys, I'm trying to do my best here with recipes, but generally speaking, I wing like everything. So I'm trying to give you approximate measurements that I'm gonna use here. And just because I'm feeling like I want to add a little bit more flavor to it, you could take a little bit of this ginger, so ground ginger, and just ginger powder, and just put it up in there like that. Just add a little bit more flavor to it, and then just stir it up like this. It's smelling pretty damn pad thai like. And that's because we got the essence from the Thai for the pad Thai seasoning as the base, and the rest we just filled in with almost 0-calorie fillers. It's a very kind of a trick that I like to use in a lot of my recipes. Okay, so the next step, guys, we're back on the skillet. We got our sauce ready. I measured out 79 grams, or 179 grams of shrimp. You can measure out chicken or fish or whatever you want to put in there, tofu even. So we're just going to turn this on medium heat in the skillet or a pan that you have. You're just going to give it a couple good sprays of non-stick Pam olive oil cooking spray, or you can use a butter spray if you want. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add the onions on there. Add in the Brussels sprouts. Not Brussels sprouts, fucking, the hell are these? Bean sprouts. Add in the bean sprouts. And add in your meat in the center. 180 grams of shrimp. You see, I'm my MyFitnessPal. I'm just modifying the amounts. Real quick tip as this is cooking, guys, you can just puzzle with your calories throughout the day as you go on with things. So 25 milliliters, I put 36 milliliters in. So you got 80 calories from the pad Thai sauce. Yeah, that's it, right? So I get the, if you look there, you get the shirataki noodles, the onion, bean sprouts, PB2 powder, the shrimp, and the pad Thai sauce. Everything else is negligible in calories, but you might be able to add them if you want, like the soy sauce, things like that. I simply don't because there's not a lot of calories there to be quite fair. Add a little salt and pepper to it. Pro tip, guys, if you want to call me a pro at anything, that's pretty funny, is that you can add fucking salt and pepper and seasoning and all that shit to anything just to add flavor, and don't be afraid about tracking it, because it's like the calories are negligible and pretty much seasoning, so like that. You only gotta track things like oils, or obviously calories from carbs or fats, or if you had peanut butter. A PB2 I tracked. Any kind of oils, sauces, sugary sauces you gotta track. But like when it comes to seasonings, go nuts on the salt and pepper. Don't worry so much about the sodium. I mean, don't go put too much on. Like, don't be pouring it in there. But like, don't be worried about making your food taste good, because making your food taste good is gonna make all the difference between whether or not you stick to a diet or just completely fall off of it, right? So make sure your food tastes good. Season it up well. I mean, even go ahead and add a little garlic powder to it, just to add a little bit more flavor. Add your noodles in now, like put a lot of noodles, because it's like a huge bowl of noodles here. Like this is a huge bowl of pad thai. And just stir it right up. Now if you guys got a pair of tongs like this, you'd be better off, because you can actually flip and grab everything. Flip it and grab it. Flip it and grab it, and you're going to see this is going to be more important in a second when I add the sauce to it. So now that we got the sauce, we're just going to stir it on up here. And this part's pretty easy. We're just going to basically pour it over top as evenly as you can. Remember, the stove's on medium heat. You don't want it too hot just yet. You can turn it up in a second once everything's mixed together. Turn the heat up a bit. And what the heat's going to do is it's going to somewhat activate the PB2. Just by removing some of the moisturizer. By removing some of the fucking moisture from it here, it's going to actually thicken up. And then when it thickens up, you'll see in a second that it's actually going to start coating the pad thai very well. Guys, you gotta look at this. Oh, it smells incredible, man. This pile of noodles. If you got this giant pile of noodles from anywhere else, like a Chinese restaurant or you're going to the mall somewhere, I kid you not, and I pretty much guarantee you, this giant pile of noodles would have like 1,000 calories or something ridiculous in it, right? And guys, here's in a bowl. What you do now is just get a little bit of lime juice like that, squirt it up on the top. I just use this stuff from the store. And if you really want to be authentic, which I'm not today, you can go ahead and get yourself some chopped up peanuts and sprinkle a little bit of peanuts on the top, maybe half a teaspoon or something, and just kind of track it in MyFitnessPal. Alright guys, there you go, and there you have it. That is the Bodybuilder's Pad Thai right here. Absolutely huge bowl. I'm gonna eat this giant thing with some sushi and some seaweed salad. Or you can eat it by itself, whatever you want. But basically the macros here, which I will try my best to put it up on screen. You see that there? If it ever focuses. $429 grams, 429 calories, but if you look at the breakdown, 45.5 carbs, 7.8 fat, and 52 grams of protein, which gives it a 40% carbs, 15% fat, and 45% protein, which is an excellent macronutrient breakdown if you're looking at a nice satiating bodybuilding friendly recipe. Alright guys, I hope you like this video. It's going to take a lot of work to edit this and put it all together. Everything from showing all the ingredients, preparing, and then preparing it and everything. It took a lot of work. So if you got value from this video, please subscribe and like below. I want to help you guys out as much as I can. I discovered all these amazing tricks and tactics when it comes to anything from just like my eating schedule, to my diet, to my training, to my nutrition plans. And I want to get all this stuff out to you guys on YouTube to actually make a difference, to help people, because fitness has changed my life in so many ways. And you could, having incredibly tasting recipes which you could actually eat every day for the rest of your life and stay fucking ripped and shredded, makes all the difference, guys. I'm telling you, it is a huge game changer when you realize how good certain foods can be from a calorie point standpoint and how from a filling standpoint. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat this food, guys. All right, guys. Until next time, see you later.